But the younger designers are now bringing in a whole new skill set of coding, which then breaks down the wall further between engineering and design, I think, over time.
Leo, you want to jump in there?
I may offer a different perspective, which is what should be the modern engineer, right? Software engineer. Or actually, it's a tale of how we begin transforming our culture towards a more design-driven culture. Because I think that just as much as designers need to understand more the tech side of it, engineers and technology people need to understand better what design really is and how to use or how to apply design into everything that they do. So, and of course, design thinking is a buzzword, right? And a few years ago, in our company, it was just a buzzword. It was like, it's like sex for a teenager. Everybody talks about it. You think that everybody's doing it, so you say that you do it as well, but nobody's actually doing it.
That's awesome.
So it was like that. Oh, design thinking. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and everybody was talking about this workshop from IDEO.org. You could go online and do it. It takes months. And everybody talking about that, but nobody was actually doing it because it takes time, dedication, you know, hours, extra hours of dedication. You know, if you want to change culture, culture is about behaviors. It's how people behave. And you cannot change how people behave by saying how they should behave. Mm-hmm. You actually need to show them by doing.
Yep.
So I got sick of that, and I just enrolled in one of these workshops, and I asked a few people to join me, and we created a team. I handpicked a few people that I knew would be multipliers of that. I committed myself to several hours a week of preparation. I said, I'm going to be the facilitator. I have no idea what design thinking is, but, you know, you have my commitment. And then it worked. It was amazing because these 6 people that went to this first class with me, after we finished, a couple months later, they started new classes. And pretty soon, like in a few months, we had hundreds of people, hundreds of engineers that had gone through that workshop.
That's awesome.
Hundreds of people. That's how you scale a behavior.
Right.
And some of them are here, by the way. And then at the same time, we were growing our UX team. Just like we have between 40, 50 designers in our company. We're growing that practice. And of course, they helped other people to understand what that is. Of course, when something becomes a buzzword, everybody gets sick of it, and you lose what was the original meaning of that. But design thinking just means that you teach people how to think like designers. That's what you want, right? So you want anybody to think as a designer. That's how the word. That's how they came up with this label, right? Today nobody remembers that. But then so by doing that, it's amazing. We started with that, then we evolved our own practice. We created this experience inception framework that puts together engineers, UX designers, software architects, all stakeholders from the client side, and it works like magic. And we built for us, and we come from a culture where process is very important. And we have many designers that came from agencies, and that's the opposite of process, right? It's the total lack of process. So one thing that we were afraid of is, how these designers that come from agencies will feel, will they feel welcome in our company, which is so process-oriented. And actually, before coming to this panel, I sent out a survey to all the designers and several other people. And they actually feel very welcome. Because we're able to create this process maybe it's better to not use that word to not scare away the designers. But anyway, we created this, and that's how we scale this practice. So people know more or less what is going to happen, and this process is an interplay. It's not the design process, and here is the development process. It's one single process. They work together. They are communicating all the time. It's not something that you hand off when somebody hands off to somebody else. They're working together towards the same purpose. And it's amazing what can be done when you have that. You have the design mentality, not to use the buzzword, and you have people who are not designers believing, having the confidence that they can come up with creative ideas. They can discuss with this. The design is not just the work of designers. It's a way of doing things, and that can bring amazing transformation.
Yep.
It's great.